Y'all, teaching writing is tough. But in this world of texting, social media, and email, it is more important than ever to be a good writer. So I've got a way that the whole family can get in on this mission. Hey, I'm Natalie, founder of Primary Focus, a YouTube channel and newsletter for parents of elementary school-age children. I have a master's degree from Johns Hopkins and taught for 10 years, half of that in kindergarten. In that time, I found that parents talk to parents and teachers talk to teachers, but parents and teachers are not talking with each other. This can cause a lot of stress and confusion for parents who are just trying to help their kids. I founded Primary Focus to share information about elementary school with loving parents like you so that your children can thrive. So subscribe so we can talk all things elementary school. So what's the secret? A family journal. A family journal is a really fun way to get your child writing, but it is also a way to bring your family closer together. I know with everybody's busy schedules, sometimes we can't all sit down and eat dinner together, and you might even have somebody coming home after bedtime who doesn't get to say goodnight to the kids. A family journal is another way to all keep in touch with each other while working on writing skills. I'm going to show you an example of a family journal that I made and walk you through it. Now keep in mind this is an example, so while I tried to make it look like kids' handwriting, it really is my best impersonation of a young writer. I recommend getting a notebook, a composition book, or my favorite, a primary composition book. I've got a link for one below. These have the picture space built into them. On the first page of the journal, introduce it by drawing a picture of your family together. Now, you could have your kiddo draw a picture of the whole family, or you could pick a name out of a hat and each draw each other on this page. Have fun with it, but something to show who are the people that are regularly contributing to this journal. Oh, and don't forget, any pets that you have, of course, that might be contributing as well. From there, every day, or as often as you can, start leaving entries in the journal. You'll want to find a special place in your home where everybody can access it. Don't forget to write the date on your entries because one day you might want to look back at this as a really fun, cute memory. So here we are in the journal. I had Mom leave an entry first, and you can see it's just one quick sentence in an easy picture. It doesn't have to be much more than that. This is something that you want to build into your routine and not have it feel like a big chore every day. Then I had Dad leave the next message, and he did a little bit more, also with a picture. And then at the bottom here, you can see we have the main child that's learning to write, Astrid. Astrid is probably a beginning of kindergarten student. She cannot write sentences yet. So what she did was a picture with one label, and then somebody wrote next to it what she wanted to say about her day. When children are learning to write, we want to focus on a picture and then labeling the picture. Once children are more confident spelling the basic words to label the picture, you can move into sentences. Here's another page that I made of the journal. I had another young child in the household who I decided was not even of writing age yet, but they could still contribute it by drawing a picture and having somebody else label it for them. Then we go on to the next day where we see Dad leaves another note and then Astrid writes back. As Astrid gets older, she can start writing her own sentences. This concept can work with children of any age, and over time, you'll just simply adjust what skills to work on and how much help that they need. And this really is as simple as writing a sentence or two a day. You can write more than that if you'd like, but it should be a routine that fits into your life. So write as much as makes sense for you. The real key to this is consistency. So you could do this going long term, but if you just want to try it out, you're not sure how it's going to work yet, consider committing to it for just a week. You could keep a journal while you're on a family vacation together, or the week leading up to your child's birthday. Make it work for your family. The more committed you are to the journal, the more writing time they will get. You might be wondering, when it's time for them to write, how should you help them? Well, this is going to vary, of course, based on your child's writing abilities, but the key here is to make the writing feel safe. This is not a school assignment, so there's no importance on the work being perfect. What we want is for the children to experience the flow of writing over perfection. Even the best writers get into a flow and they write and write and write, and then they go back and they edit it. So even if our children are not writing yet, why don't we give them the opportunity to feel like they can do this? If they're younger, it is going to start with pictures, and illustrations are an important piece of writing. As they improve on their skills, we want them to be labeling freely and then writing sentences freely. You need to pick and choose what skills you're working on. Maybe one day you're prioritizing that their sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a period. But that means the spelling and the finger spacing can fall to the side. And then another day, you might focus that all the sight words that they know are spelled correctly, but don't worry about the random capital letters that they used. If we are reminding our children of every single component that goes in writing, we're just going to frustrate them and make them not want to write. So it's okay to not have a perfect piece of writing. Now, some days your child might be showing you that they have attention for a little bit more critique, and I say jump in. But there's a lot of times that writing at all is going to frustrate them. Remember, writing is so frustrating. You and I have been writing for years and years. But for young writers, there is so much to focus on, starting with just how to grip the pencil on to spelling really long words. We want them to have a safe space where they can feel invested and like they want to come back. And part of that is them reading the journal entries from other people. There's incentive to write back if somebody is interacting with you, as opposed to when we're in the school setting, they're often just writing, getting feedback, and maybe at best it's hung on the wall or published into a book, but it's not interactive like this. This is a very different experience than what most kids are getting. It also mimics the importance of being able to text and email and be on social media. These are the fun parts of writing that kids don't necessarily get to be a part of at this young stage. So a family journal like this is a really easy way to get your family into a writing routine. In addition to all of the practice, it's just beneficial for your child to see the adults in their lives regularly writing. If they're seeing you doing writing on a daily basis and then they're contributing too, suddenly this is going to become a natural routine in your household and less of a chore and maybe something they look forward to doing. And when your child sees you and the whole family writing, they are going to be invested in writing too. They might even invite your next guest to do a guest entry in the journal so that they remember being there. Thanks for watching Primary Focus. To get more tips to help kids thrive in elementary school, subscribe to this channel and to my newsletter. See you next time. Okay.